Welcome to Vantage with AI. After quite a long wait, ComfyUI has finally introduced native support for the LongCat Image Edit model. And in this video, we're going to put it to the test using a simple and practical ComfyUI workflow. Now, there are already plenty of image editing models available today, so what makes this one stand out? Well, for starters, a lot of people have been asking for its integration into ComfyUI. And now that it's here, one thing becomes immediately clear. It's fast and surprisingly light on VRAM. The LongCat Image Edit model is a 6 billion parameter model, yet the full BF16 version is only about 12.6 GB in size. And if you're using GGUF versions, it becomes even more accessible. The Q2 version is around 2.78 GB, while even the higher quality Q8 version comes in at roughly 6.7 GB. What this means is simple. This is a fast, efficient, and economical model that can run on lower VRAM GPUs. You don't need high-end hardware to start experimenting with it, which makes it especially appealing for developers and creators who want performance without heavy requirements. So with that in mind, I was actually wondering, what kind of tests should I run to really see if this model is worth it? But honestly, it surprised me. This model has exceptionally strong prompt understanding. It can handle fairly complex edits using very simple prompts. In fact, this is one of the first models I've used that actually did what I wanted, without me having to constantly tweak or rewrite the prompt. And that's a big deal. It can produce some really impressive edits, and the best part is, you don't need to be a prompt engineer to get good results. Every prompt I used during testing was simple, and they worked on the very first try. Now I completely understand why people like this model so much. In this video, I'll be running a series of tests, some similar to what I've done in my previous workflows, and some completely different. So make sure you stay till the end, because that's where you'll really see the full potential of this model. When it comes to single image editing tasks, it actually performs quite well. Now, let's take a look at the workflow itself. The setup is simple and straightforward. Even if you're relatively new to ComfyUI, you should be able to follow along without any issues. The model is available in two variants, LongCat Image Edit and LongCat Image Edit Turbo. The Turbo version is a distilled model that can generate results in just 8 steps. And for this video, we'll be running all our tests using the Turbo version. Alright, let's start with the models you'll need. First, of course, you'll need the LongCat Image Edit model itself. If you have enough VRAM and want full precision, you can go with the BF16 Satetensors version. But if you're working with limited VRAM, you can instead use one of the GGUF quantized versions, which are much lighter and still perform quite well. Next, you'll need a clip text encoder, specifically the Qwen 2.57B VL Satetensors model. This is what handles text understanding and converts your prompts into embeddings before the diffusion process begins. In addition to that, we'll be using the standard Flux VAE, the ae.satetensors file, which is responsible for encoding and decoding images during generation. All the download links for these models are included directly inside the workflow, and I've also added them in the video description for your convenience. And while you're checking the description, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to keep creating more detailed AI workflow content like this. Now, let's walk through the workflow sections. The first section is the models section. This is where you load all the required models. You can also switch between Satetensors and GGUF formats using a simple toggle. Next is the input section, where you select the images you want to edit. You can enable or disable each reference image using the toggle switches, depending on how many you want to include. You also have the option to control the output resolution. Either use the resolution from the first input image or switch to a custom resolution. If you enable the custom resolution option, you can define the desired height and width of the output image here. After that, we have the prompt section. Here you define your main prompt along with a negative prompt. Pretty standard setup. Describe what you want clearly and use the negative prompt to suppress unwanted styles or artifacts. And finally, the sampling section. This is where the actual diffusion process happens. The sampler takes your encoded prompt, applies the settings, and generates the final image. One important thing to note, if you're using the full LongCat Image Edit model, you'll want to set steps to around 20 and CFG to 4.5. But for the Turbo version, you can keep it much lighter, around 8 steps, and CFG set to 1. So as you can see, the workflow is clean, well organized, and easy to customize, making it a great starting point for experimenting with this model. For our first test, we'll start with this image, a kitchen table setup featuring sushi and a bowl of rice. What we're going to do is a simple object replacement. We'll try to replace the sushi with muffins and at the same time swap the rice in the bowl with spaghetti. And for this, I'm intentionally using a very simple prompt: change the sushi with muffins and replace the rice in bowl with spaghetti. No complex wording, no over-engineering, just a straightforward instruction. Let's run it. All right, here's the result. And this is actually really impressive. The model cleanly replaced the sushi with muffins and the rice with spaghetti, all in a single pass. Everything blends naturally. Lighting, perspective, and overall composition are well preserved. All right, moving on to the next test. This time, we're using an image of two cartoon characters, and we'll try placing them into a completely different scene to see if their identity is preserved. The goal here is simple. Can the model keep the characters consistent while changing the environment? And for that, we're using this prompt. The two characters in the image are having breakfast in a cozy room, sitting next to each other. Let's see how well it handles both the scene change and character consistency. Let's run it. All right, here's the result, and this is actually very good. The model successfully placed both characters into a new scene, and more importantly, their identities are well preserved. Facial features, colors, and overall style remain consistent. The cozy breakfast setup also looks natural, with proper lighting and composition. So overall, it handles scene changes with character consistency really well. For our next test, I tried something a bit different. This time, instead of using a single image, I used two separate input images, one of a man and one of a woman. I also enabled custom resolution and set the output to 180 by 720. The prompt I used was simple. The man and woman are having drinks on the beach. Let's run it. For this test, I used two separate input images, one of a man and one of a woman, and combined them into a single scene. And as you can see, the model does a solid job. Both identities are preserved, the scene looks natural, and the interaction feels quite believable for such a simple setup. All right, for the next test, we're using this image of a child sitting in a room. This time, the goal is to check outpainting capability, specifically whether the model can expand the scene naturally when we change the framing. We'll try to convert this into a wider distance shot using this prompt: change the shot to a long shot from distance. Let's see if the model can correctly generate the surrounding areas while maintaining consistency in the subject and environment. Let's run it. All right, here's the result, and this is actually quite solid. The model successfully expanded the scene into a wider shot, adding surrounding details while keeping everything consistent. The subject remains intact, and the newly generated areas, like the room, decorations, and spacing, blend naturally with the original image. So overall, the outpainting looks clean and believable. Definitely a good result. All right, for the next test, we're using this image of crab sticks placed on a wooden board, along with some herbs on the table. This time, the goal is to modify the background surface without affecting the main objects. We'll try to change the wooden table into a white marble surface using this prompt: change the table surface to white marble. Let's see if the model can isolate the background properly while keeping the objects untouched and realistic. Let's run it. All right, here's the result, and this is very clean. The model successfully changed the wooden table into a white marble surface while keeping the crab sticks, board, and herbs untouched. Edges are well preserved, and there's no noticeable bleeding or distortion. This shows the model can handle background replacement with good object separation, a really solid result. All right, for the next test, we're using this image of a room with a few marked areas. This time, the goal is localized editing, adding specific objects at exact positions. We'll use this prompt: add a wall clock where there is a red circle, add a photo frame where the green rectangle is, add a big dog lying down where the blue rectangle is. Let's see how accurately the model understands spatial instructions and places the objects in the correct locations. Let's run it. All right, here's the result, and this is quite impressive. The model correctly placed all three objects in their intended locations: the wall clock, the photo frame, and the dog. The placements feel natural, with proper scale, lighting, and integration into the scene. This shows the model handles spatial instructions and localized edits very effectively. A strong result. Alright, for the next test, we're using this image of a girl in a bakery. This time, the goal is subject-level editing, specifically changing the clothing while keeping the person and scene in. We'll use this prompt, change the dress of the woman to a floral midi. Let's see how well the model can modify the outfit while preserving identity, pose, and overall realism. Let's run it. Alright, here's the result. And this looks really good. The model successfully changed the outfit to a floral dress while keeping the person's identity, pose, and expression intact. The new dress blends naturally with the scene, with consistent lighting and fabric details, so overall, it turns out to be a very capable and efficient editing model. From simple object replacements to scene changes, outpainting, localized edits, clothing modifications, and even full subject replacement, it handles all of these tasks quite well, especially with very simple prompts. All the workflow files and model links are in the description below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.